The Old Man and the Unexpected Fortune. In a quiet corner of Seattle near a bustling coffee shop sat an old man named Arthur. His clothes were worn but clean, and his face bore the deep lines of a life lived humbly. Arthur spent his days feeding pigeons and occasionally chatting with passers-by. His simple life revolved around small acts of kindness, and though he had little, he gave freely of his time and warmth. One chilly evening, as the city was blanketed in mist, Arthur was making his way back to his modest one-room apartment when he noticed a man struggling with a flat tire on a sleek black car. The man looked frustrated and out of his element. Without hesitation, Arthur approached. "Need a hand?" he asked, his voice raspy but kind. The man looked up, clearly surprised. Despite his expensive suit and polished demeanor, he seemed genuinely grateful. "I could use some help, yes. I'm not great with these things." Arthur chuckled. "Lucky for you, I've fixed plenty of flats in my time." As Arthur worked, the man introduced himself as Bill. Arthur didn't think much of it, just another driver in need of help. They chatted lightly, and Bill was struck by Arthur's unassuming wisdom and gentle humor. "Why do you help strangers like this?" Bill asked. Arthur shrugged. "Life's hard enough as it is. A little kindness goes a long way." Within 20 minutes, the tire was replaced, and Bill offered Arthur some money for his trouble. Arthur waved it off. "I didn't do it for money. Just pay it forward someday." Bill hesitated but then smiled, extending his hand. "Thank you, Arthur. I won't forget this." The next morning, Arthur's routine began as usual. He brewed a small pot of coffee and stepped outside to feed the pigeons. But as he opened his door, he found a neatly sealed envelope lying on his doormat. Curious, he opened it and found a letter. "Dear Arthur, thank you for your kindness. Few people in this world act without expecting something in return, and you reminded me of the importance of genuine goodwill. Enclosed is a small token of appreciation. Please accept it not as payment, but as a gift to a kind soul. Bill." Attached was a key and an address. Puzzled, Arthur followed the instructions, taking the city bus to a part of town he rarely visited. The address led him to a charming two-story house with a garden filled with blooming flowers. A note on the door read, "Welcome home, Arthur." Shocked, Arthur realized that the man he'd helped the previous evening was none other than Bill Gates. The house wasn't just a home. It was fully furnished, stocked with groceries, and even came with a small fund to ensure Arthur's future was secure. Tears filled his eyes as Arthur sat down on the porch, overwhelmed by the enormity of the gift. He thought about his simple act of kindness and how it had led to this extraordinary turn of events. From that day forward, Arthur continued to live as he always had, helping others and spreading kindness. Only now he did so from a place of comfort, never forgetting the night he unknowingly helped one of the wealthiest men in the world and how his own life changed forever.